Uh, let's make up for a little bit of yesterday because I wasn't live yesterday. Hello, Light, welcome. And play some Legacy of Rust until about 9 p.m. Duveme. Duveme. Duvumum. De. Uvum. Duvum. Oh, damn, I'm so happy with today. I actually cried. Wait. Am I blind? This was level 1. Oh, I only quick saved. Oh, that's weird. I didn't do a manual save. Well, at least I have a quick save. I worried there for a moment. Weird. I always thought I'd do a manual save afterwards. Oh. Odd. Okay, well, cool. Damn. What a pleb maneuver by me. Sometimes me be plebbing. I'm gonna guess it was just because it was like a very busy evening last week. I was like chatting a lot with so many people in chat, so I got probably distracted. Very nice. I'm just still recovering from watching the 24 Hours of Le Mans. What an absolute amazing day. It's just such a cathartic feeling to see one of the biggest motorsport achievements ever getting achieved by Robert Kubica. Because of all those years ago, him getting so unlucky with his F1 and rally crashes. I forgot, you just save full for the spiders. Bad of me that I didn't check right around the corner, but thankfully there was nothing there. fucking Volt Imp. If I can activate this, I cannot. Okay. Hello, Kako Demon. What? No secret? But that's clearly like a different texture. No, Kakos be cacoing. But yeah, now I'm gonna have to wait until they release a model car of 2025's Le Mans winning 83 car. Because I want to buy that. Because it like... definitely feels something for me to personally like... something for me to be a bit attached to. You fucking Volt. Orderly. We're doing the repeat switch meme. Oh, that's a lot of hit scan. That's a fireball. Of course, Arachnotron. I gotta kill it with fire. Uh-oh. Wait, what? Did they make that a hit scanner? Yeah, I'm like looking like, huh, that's not a regular Arachnotron. That fucker has a hit scan gun. Yeah, but I believe that does count toward the achievement, right? Kill it with fire, total of 30 arachnoid enemies. Yeah, so it doesn't matter what type of arachnoid it is. As long as it's a four-legged spider. I'm still no Baku Baku. Oh shit. Oh, there's the switch. Didn't see that. Oh, I need to go up. Well, that's one. Ow. Does the achievement keep the progress? It does. Uh-oh. Get fucked. Wow. Good. Why you not grab shells? fucked. Ow! Fucking ow again. Motherfucker. Ain't taking none of your bullshit. The fuck did the Mac come from? Ooh. Big fuel ammo. Hell yeah. Plasma plebs. Squashed plasma pleb. Fucking ouch. You dick. Ow. Oh, a nice double kill there. You fucking what, mate? Ah, back here, okay. Ah, back here as well, okay. So wait, we made a full loop. Uh-huh. Ah, hello, pleb. Shit. Oh, only now noticing that cells are completely replaced by fuel. Yeah. Boonga boonga. No plasms. No regular buvga. Well, I read it in the achievements, what it's called at least. The Calamity Blade. But I don't know how it looks like though, and how it operates. I only know the name. Creeping Hate. Yeah, my only guess is if it's called Calamity Blade, that it like shoots out a very big wide blade that can like hit a lot of enemies at once. Something like the Ballista secondary shot in Doom Eternal, but maybe even bigger. That's what I'm gonna guess. fuck? How is that flying fucker still not dead? Oh, poop. This map reminds me a little bit of E4M2. Ooh. Oh. What? How dare you? Fuck! Oh. I fell down, but then I fell down on a fucking hat suit, so okay. Nothing happened. Fucking keck. YOLO. What? Oh yeah. Fuckers. Motherfuckers, I need some armor. Armor. Blarmor. Blarmor. Ugh. Yeah, well, there's not much here. That's disappointing. Ow. What the fuck? Damn, you hit me all the way from up there. Ah, crap. Are you dicks? Fucking triple ball. Seriously, fucking sniping chain gunner. Oh mug. That's a loud ass fucking car. Or bike, actually. I don't want to go back for some health if I can find some. Don't know if there is any extra health. Maybe in a secret I haven't found. Am I playing Sigil? Ha ha ha.
God damn it!
Seriously, the thing went up here. Good. Good. Good luck. Oh hey, a berserk, I kinda need that. Bazoik. Pro Chex Quest remake with different character when STRONKI. Oh wow, that's why the thing didn't activate. Berserk screen effect was still in effect. Nice. Hello, I didn't see this. Whoopee skeletons. Spooky, scary skeletons. Ah, shitty Kako. Go away. You also go away, poopy Kako. Okay, that was not a good idea. That's the mode roll. Moosey! How you doing? Good to see you, man. How are you? I hope there's a suit down there. Father's Day. Hope you have a nice Father's Day. I had a very good day, but for a different reason. I've been watching the 24 Hours of Le Mans, and they finished it, and one of the drivers I've been a pretty long... No, I'm not a father. One of the drivers I've been a long time fan of has actually won the 24 Hours of Le Mans. Oh yeah, true, I did have a child together with Kratos. It was a pretty historic moment. Because it was the first Polish driver to ever win a Le Mans race, and also the first Chinese driver to also win a Le Mans race, one of his teammates. And he basically drove like the whole afternoon, driving 3.5 hours in a row at the end. Absolutely exhausted, but he managed to pull it off. And in total he drove like 45% of the race, spread out across him and his two other teammates. Yep, that's the famous 24 Hours of Le Mans race. The very famous one. Going for 93 years now. And he won it, one of the biggest racing achievements in history. So I'm very fucking happy. It, like, for me, someone who's half Polish, it definitely means a lot to me to like see that live. The first Polish driver to win that in the top class category as well. So it was just very special. I'm definitely getting a model of that car in the future. Oh. Yeah, it's pretty much guaranteed. They already have scale models of the last year one. I actually have a folder of it, which is interesting. one myself. But so I got this folder when I ordered the Ford Mark IV. And right here, the yellow one is actually the same car, the 83 car. That one Le Mans, but this is the 2024 car. So this is a 1/18 scale model, but this is the 24. So if eventually they'll make this same car, but the 2025 car, basically, then I'll buy that one. Beautiful yellow Ferrari, and it's funny because they were like a private team, a privateer team. So he and his team entered the race privately. So they were racing because they bought their own Ferrari Le Mans car and entered as their own team. They're not driving under like Ferrari as a brand. So that's like extra special as well. There's not been many drivers who did that, I believe. Yeah, maybe there's gotta be some way to make your own decals in some kind of way. Yeah, it was a pretty funny coincidence yesterday, because I had some friends over. And I heard that the 24 Hours of Le Mans was coming soon, but I wasn't sure when. And then I looked it up and was like, oh, it's actually today, yesterday. So then I was like, oh, it's starting in like 2 hours. So then I just booted up a stream. Well, one of my friends had to go somewhere else when it was starting, but the other friend that stayed is a kind of a car guy as well, so he definitely was a bit interested in it. Oh, I didn't stream it myself, but I watched the stream online. And then my friend left somewhere at around 9 PM or something. Or 10 PM, close to 10 PM. And then I kept watching until 1 AM somewhere. And then the next afternoon I started looking again, started watching again, and yeah. Until 4 PM when they reached the finish line. So, hooked on an RTS, nice. Another new one. I did see another one on my YouTube feed. Oh, finding some armor. see if I can find it. Like, I'm not sure if this is the kind of RTS in your style, but this is one RTS that caught my attention because I really am digging the graphic style. But it's not out yet. But it gives me some Command and Conquer vibes. But a bit more dark-ish. It was already in your wish list. That doesn't surprise me. Yeah, this looks great, doesn't it? I just randomly saw that recommended on my YouTube main page. I was like, oh, this looks good, and then I looked it up and wishlisted it. Are we? It's too tight here for rockets. Oh wait, I do have shotgun shells. Didn't know I picked up that many. I thought I had like 5 shells. Yeah, I'm just happy to see a niche genre like RTS making a big comeback. Even though I'm not that great at it, I'm still kind of improving slowly. But I do know you're a bit more picky with how exactly it is made. But, yeah, it's just, you know, it's one of those genres that has struggled for years to really gain popularity because a lot of people don't really enjoy more tactical games. I mean, tactical games in general are not really enjoyed by the masses, of course, because too much thinking involved, I guess, and management and stuff like that. Well, and, you know, in general, I'm just like, I'm fine that not every genre has to be for everyone. But it just kind of sucks to see if a certain genre just dies out and there's not many people. Like, I'm not saying there has to be super many games of a genre, but, you know, it's like we really had a drought with RTS games a bunch of years ago. I mean, like, you know, again, it's fine if it's a smaller group of people, but the problem is more that the industry focuses on catering to the masses and not to niche audiences. I think that's the bigger problem, and not the problem that RTS is enjoyed by a smaller group of people. Like, I think if you just make a good RTS fans will buy it. But most are just, like, following whatever's popular, so they'll not make an RTS game as quickly, because that's not what the mass appeal is, sadly. So that's kind of just a shitty attitude of most developers only wanting to chase what's big enough. Yeah, exactly. That's the problem you get. Is that then everything just becomes the same thing. We only see the same genres. It's kind of what we're now seeing with Souls-likes. But I'm personally not complaining yet, because I love Souls-likes, so I don't mind seeing a lot of them. But I can understand other people getting a bit sick and tired of them, because there's so many coming out now. And the same in the indie scene. Again, I think we talked about it as well, about Pixel 2D roguelite Metroidvania games being made a lot as well. And yeah, again, it's not something I'm complaining about because I love them, but I can kind of see it from other people's perspectives, because it is one of the main things we keep seeing. Oh damn, I'm full on rockets. Oh shit. Oh. Yeah. There's only one thing I'm a bit afraid of with new Souls-likes being made. Is that I'm afraid that of new Souls-likes trying to be challenging for veterans of the genre. And what I mean with that is that you have usually, I mean, there's of course more nuance to it, it's like more of a spectrum, but generally speaking, you have people who are familiar with Souls-likes already, and you have people who are new to Souls-likes, right? And I don't want new Souls-likes to cater to the top-tier veterans of the genre. So they keep making the genre harder and harder just to keep it challenging for the veterans who have already played every single Souls-like in existence. Because that makes it completely shit for everyone else trying to play the game. It's going in the opposite way according to you. I would not have an idea, because what I've seen is that they just want to keep like something I personally don't like is adding challenge to the bosses just by making the bosses like unreadable pretty much. And what I mean with that is, like, Dark Souls 2 did a little bit, and I heard Dark Souls 3 does it more, and Elden Ring as well, but I'm not sure, because I haven't played them, I haven't played the others after Dark Souls 2, but normally it would make sense if an enemy tries to hit you, right? A boss enemy, they will do this, And then they'll try to hit you. Good evening, Hangfire. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. But then newer games will often try to do the cop-out method, where a boss is trying to cop you out. So a boss does this, and then he does this, and then he does like a fake swing, and then, you know, to make the player roll earlier and then hit you. And that's what I don't like. Because it doesn't make any sense, and it's like, to me it feels like artificial difficulty at that point. Because you're kind of like screwing over the player's senses of trying to read the enemy's movements. And I'm afraid of Souls-likes going more into that direction. Yeah, in general, I'm definitely annoyed by the big hype crowds. I can understand if some people are maybe hyped about one specific game because it's like really up their alley. But I think people are generally like, yeah, too much in the hype, and they're like, don't get me wrong, gaming is like my favorite hobby of all time, and I love gaming so much, but like some people are just like really cringe when it comes to like, you know, like making it a whole fucking crazy life event. And I'm a very varied gamer. There's so many different games I like. But like, holy shit, if it's like some people are just so cringe about it. And I'm like, you know, I'm like, oh, this looks good. Looking forward to trying that. This looks good, and you know, I'm just wishlisting games, but yeah, it looks good. And I also think that, I mean, this is something we've talked about a lot in the past, of course, is that people are too focused on new games coming out rather than playing what's in their backlog. And that boils down to the same thing with buying games at release. People complaining that game prices keep going up, and I agree, it's a bad thing that they keep going up. But then they're the same idiots a lot of the time who will keep buying games at release, and it's like you still have like hundreds of games in your backlog. Why the fuck do you need to buy the new game the whole time? Like, so many people are hyped about Witcher 4, and, you know, there's probably a lot of people who are hyped about Witcher, you know, don't get me wrong, Witcher 4, it looks amazing so far. But there's a lot of people who are hyped for Witcher 4, and sure, a great portion of them are people who have played Witcher 3, but I'm sure a lot of people have not played Witcher 3. And I'm sure there's also a lot of people who have not played Witcher 1 and 2, so it's like, I'm not saying that they have to play Witcher 1 and 2 and 3 to enjoy 4. Not trying to say that that's a requirement, but it's like, why try to focus all your hype on the newest game when that game has had amazing entries previously that you can also be hyped for and just play for a cheaper price? If you're so hyped for Witcher 4, why not then play the older games as well? Because it seems to be something that they're very excited about. That's what I would do. And in some cases I see people do that. When the new Doom game got announced, they weren't to play all the other Doom games. And I think that's a better way for That's like a good approach for something, you know, for giving people a reason to like explore some older games as well. You know, if there's one thing I hope Doom the Dark Ages does, is not only let people enjoy Doom the Dark Ages, but I also hope that when people see that and they're like, oh man, now I want to play the older Doom games as well, and they go play Doom 1 and 2 and Doom 3 and Doom 2016 and Eternal. It's like there's so many great games out there. You don't just have to play to enjoy the newest one only. Lies of P had a new update. New difficulty setting. Yeah, I think the difficulty setting just depends on how a developer designs their game and whatever their choice is as well. Some people complaining when hard game has no easy mode, and some people complaining about it adding an easy mode. In my opinion, both these groups are wrong. I mean, yeah, I think it just depends on how the game is designed, and ultimately it comes down to what the developers want. It's the developer's choice, I feel. People who never played the Souls-like getting hyped for Elden Ring. CRPG getting hyped for Baldur's Gate 3, now the Witcher thing. It's fine to think something looks fun, but rein in your expectations. If it's a genre you aren't even into. Yeah, and you know, that's, you know, it's, I guess it's cool that maybe it gets more people into a genre, but yeah, again, I just feel like hopefully more people will actually play some older good titles of those genres. Yeah, exactly, not only play it for the hype. Alright, cool. Good luck with the food prep. But yeah, who knows, maybe Souls-likes are getting more friendly. You know, as long as hopefully they still have, like, you know, the whole skill of having to learn enemies' movements. Because that's what I like about it, is having to learn enemy movements. That goes for both standard enemies and bosses. You know, learning the movements, trying to be a bit careful, and figuring things out a bit on yourself. But, you know, there's definitely some things that could be improved on the formula. Like, you know, the multiplayer, I think, in Dark Souls is pretty bad. And stuff like that. Maybe some of the UI design and other things, but I've just seen some Souls-likes that just try to be like, well, Dark Souls 1 was hard and enjoyed, and Demon Souls was hard and enjoyed, and Dark Souls 2, but now we're gonna make Dark Souls 3, and we're gonna make it even harder. You know, that's hopefully they're not doing that, but like in some cases they've done it a little bit, where it's like, oh, you like that one? Well, we're gonna make it even harder now. We're gonna make it even harder, and we're gonna make the bosses even more ridiculous. And it's like, I don't know, but maybe I'm wrong, you know, like, I just don't want the dumb cop-out attacks for the most part. Where a boss is like, oh, I'm gonna attack you. Oh, no, fake. No, not a real attack. Oh, no, fake attack. And then it just stops being reactionary, and it starts being... like, you can still learn it most of the time, but it's, like, more annoying, I feel. It does, and it takes me out of the experience when a boss tries to do a cop-out. That's just a little bit of anxiety that sits in the back of my head whenever I think about new Souls-likes. Like, one part of me is getting excited, but another part is still anxious about, like, how they're gonna tackle, like, that design of hopefully not trying to be too tedious with, like, fake cop-out attacks by bosses. And then Souls-likes trying to be like, oh, we're gonna be even more difficult, you know, because that whole thing, the whole shtick of Souls-likes are hard, you know, I don't want them to make it harder for the sake of it, right? To be like, oh, we're gonna be even harder than Dark Souls, we're gonna be the hardest Souls-like ever, like, I don't want it to be blind difficulty chasing of like, we're gonna be the hardest. Because that's not what it's about. Like, yeah, it's a part of it, but I don't want that to be like overly focused. No, that was just one of the aspects I named and I'm worried about. Well, yeah, it's definitely the skill of managing and knowing when to fall back. You know, you want to gain, you want to make progress throughout the map. And then when you have a certain amount of souls, you have to pick your moment of like, alright, now I'm gonna go back to the bonfire and cash in my souls and spend them. Kind of find out that limit. You know, the balancing act of when is it too far, when do you sense danger is ahead, and it's maybe a better idea to not keep moving forward and instead fall back to safety, make that checkpoint for yourself. Fuck, I'm like sticking to this thing. It's very weird. The fuck, there's like 2 collisions there. That's weird. I don't really know where to go next. Maybe I gotta fall back. No. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't want them to get overly dumbed down either. But you are right, is that there's a lot of cases where a certain successful game designs a game in a certain way, and then other games will copy those designs without understanding why those designs are good. And then they will fail to implement them, just like you mentioned QTEs, for example. You know, you can implement QTEs in good ways like God of War does, but then other games will get QTEs when they're completely unnecessary because they don't understand what makes QTEs good. You know, similarly, you had different games trying out executions, which was actually something that a lot of games have tried execution moves, but I think starting with Doom 2016 is where it started becoming the good way to implement it. Actually, no, not entirely, because God of War also had execution moves. Because God of War had execution moves that would give you like extra XP if you performed them. And in some cases you would get health or magic back. So the whole thing was you get a reward for doing it, so you have an incentive to do the execution moves. But then other games tried implementing the execution moves, and they didn't really give you anything. They were like, well, here's an execution and that's it. And then in certain cases they were also very slow. And I think that was mostly like, you know, one game that I think did that was Duke Nukem Forever. Well, I think in something like Mortal Kombat, it's a bit different still. Because in Mortal Kombat, it's still a difficult move to pull off, and it's like a very big flex that means something. Because a fight in Mortal Kombat is a whole event, right? A 1v1 fight. It's a whole thing. Whereas that's like very different than just pulling off an execution on a regular old enemy when there's like 20 different enemies in the room to kill, right? So in something like Mortal Kombat, it can be a very satisfying and earned thing. No, I'm just talking about different ways how executions in games can be rewarding, but some games fail to implement them in a good way. But what I'm saying is that Mortal Kombat has a good way because it's like a whole big thing, right? Like, I've not played Battle Chess, so I wouldn't know about that. But Mortal Kombat is the whole gameplay loop is you have a 1v1 fight against someone that takes a longer time. So you can afford to put in a cool, earnable finishing move in that. Because that feels earned after the big fight you've done. But if you have this room full of 20 different enemies, pulling off an execution move is easily less special at that point. If you're pulling off an execution move on every single enemy in the room, then yeah, that becomes bland. So some games did it that way by, you know, you could pull an execution move on an enemy, but then that kills the flow when they're slow and not rewarding. So Doom 2016 experimented with that and made it very good by making it able that every enemy is executable. But it's a much faster animation that keeps the flow of the game running. And it gives you a reward. In Doom 2016's case, it heals your health. So you have an incentive, and it doesn't ruin the flow, and you get a reward. I have no clue where to go now. I think blue door I need to find. But yeah, basically what it comes down to is there have been plenty of games who did not understand what makes executions good. And they just started, you know, adding it. It's like, oh, this is the next big thing. This is what all the kids want, a cool execution move. And it's like, well, no, if you're not implementing it in the correct way, of course. And that's how it goes with so many different gameplay mechanics, is studios will just copy-paste something without understanding it. I would say something like Duke Nukem Forever. Even though I think that game is overhated, it doesn't deserve all the hate it gets. That was one game that just had lame execution moves. Where it's like, well, you will pull off an execution move and it's like slow and you don't really get anything for it. And there were a bunch of other games in that era that did it as well. I don't remember them by name because they were mostly forgettable stuff as well, but yeah. Ah, here was the blue. Fucking, I was looking for it. Yeah, exactly. They shouldn't, like, take you out of the gameplay. Now, again, it doesn't matter in Mortal Kombat if they're slow and long, because it fits because the battle is slow and long, right? The singular battle is long, so you can have a long execution move at the end, because it fits. But if you have 20 different enemies on the screen that you're just killing, yeah, you shouldn't put like a long execution move that ruins the flow at the end of it. So yeah, the execution move should complement the gameplay. Yeah, exactly. It's also a reward that, you know, for winning a battle in Mortal Kombat. Because the whole fight is tense, and then at the end it's like, oh, you get that reward and the satisfaction of, yeah, I beat them, you know? But is killing this imp equivalent to killing an enemy in Mortal Kombat? Of course not. Even killing this Revenant is not equivalent to the satisfaction of killing someone in Mortal Kombat. But that's why I'm having 10 different enemies on my screen here. To compensate for that. Fuck. What was that? How am I surviving for so long? What the fuck happened there? Oh, I'm pretty low on health, to be fair. But yeah, you can tell, like, if I would have a Mortal Kombat length execution after killing every single enemy in this room, I would be bored out of my mind. The pacing would be cratered down to the center of the earth. they wouldn't feel satisfying anymore and they'd start to feel repetitive. Whereas Doom 2016 still has executions, but they're short and sweet. Keep the pacing up, and they give you a little reward. Ow. Pretty ass fried spider. I'm gonna make you a fried spider. Fried spider! You get fried. Uh-oh. This is not good. Uh-oh, that's not good either. Kind of in the fuckhole here. Oh, there was fuel here. Ow! What the fuck? Kako just bit me. Fucking, that was the most random bite ever. Oh, shite. Really? I only have this? Mm-hmm. Fucking hell, really? Jeez. Glory holes. Yeah, because our weapon doesn't turn dark. Ha ha ha. God damn. I'm craving some crispy corn. Hey, Slayer! You're here! Our soon-to-be birthday boy. I'm doing great today, Slayer. I watched the 24 hours of Le Mans today, and the driver I was wanting to win actually won. It was a Polish driver I've been a fan of since his days in F1. And he won the 24 hours of Le Mans, being the first Polish driver to ever win it. And his teammate being the first Chinese driver to ever win it. Probably saved over the quick save is what I did here. I thought that was a new save. Alright, that was a little bit of Legacy of Rust then.